Alex Palou would win his third oval race of IndyCar and his first oval race of the IndyCar series this year for a victory.
Green will be the next question.
Obviously, his first oval IndyCar race win was the big one, Indianapolis 500. Didn't get much bigger from that in terms of the oval racing scene. The second one was Iowa Speedway Race 2 around this point last year, and he has just ticked it off with another left turn win, if you want to call it that, at Nashville Superspeedway, ahead of the three Penske pairs, the Joseph Newgarden, who started second and would ultimately finish second. And then David Malukas all the way from the back in 25th to 3rd. Fantastic drive. Well done, that man, especially after his practice crash. And Scotty McLaughlin, who put on a late charge. And he had a bit of a fight with Pato Ward as well on the final restart, but he managed to get up there and even overtake the Indy 500 champ, Felix Rosenqvist, to lock out a 2, 3, 4 for Team Penske. So even though Joseph Newgarden seemed a little bit unhappy for whatever reason, which was a bit weird to see, which I get it, because he had the chance to win and he overtook the pole man, you know, on pace and everything, Carl Kirkwood. But sometimes you just don't have the pace and that's it. But we've seen this quite a lot from Newgarden at the minute. It's just strange sort of moods and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. As someone who quite likes the guy, it's a little bit strange. But it just wasn't to go the day for the 2 really. So the number 2 car would finish in position number 2. About halfway through the race, we would see an absolutely bizarre crash with Alex Rossi and Scott Dixon. It looked like Rossi was about to be called into pit lane, and then he sort of like stayed in the middle of the road and just checked up. Meanwhile, Scott Dixon was right behind him at the time. So obviously Dixon had no knowledge of this at all. So he literally just ploughed into the back of him. Dixon lost his wing. Rossi was out the race. He actually hit the wall on turn 3-4. And if you bear in mind this incident happened on around the middle of the back straight, it was quite there was quite a lot of distance being covered as well. It's quite funny watching a bit from Dixon's replay, because he actually overtook Rossi in the meantime when this was happening, and then suddenly you just see Rossi just go up the banking. It was quite funny in that sort of sense, and there was a bit of a comedic aspect to that really as well there. But I don't know what Alex Rossi was thinking there, and that caps off a really bizarre day for ECR really, because Christian Rasmussen in the number 21 car, he brushed the wall a few times and he would ultimately finish behind the wall as well. Will Power also had a few dramas, and he also, I think he broke a suspension piece, because on the final restart he brushed the wall and everything looked a bit out of kilter, and I'm pretty sure he finished 20th and it said out the last time I saw, so he must have not finished the race, which is a shame, especially as all of his Nashville races ever since he's come back onto the IndyCar calendar has been affected in one way or the other, where obviously in 2024 he had the seatbelt problems where he was going for the title against Palou. 2025 I think they had pit stop problems in his last race for Penske, and obviously this one with problems with, well, just brushing the wall and stuff like that, but at least you can say that's on Will Power rather than anything team related, I suppose, as a bit of a silver lining. But yeah, there's a lot of growing pains with Andretti and Will Power, so that'll be very fascinating to see how they get on in the future. And I really hope they do get a win. The same for Scott Dixon, because it's just good to see those guys win, because they are the GOATs of IndyCar, of modern IndyCar anyway, like ever since they came in. But yes, obviously, because of Alex Palou winning, he obviously extends his points lead. Not by a lot really, because of David Malukas finishing 3rd, but Carl Kirkwood would only manage 10th, and Pato Ward would finish 8th. Meanwhile, Christian Lundgaard was down in 17th. So it was all a bit of a messed up in terms of that sort of sense. And it wasn't really what anyone sort of expected, really, because there's this sort of conception around Joseph Newgarden that he just turns into gold dust as soon as he goes onto an oval, which, yes, that is the case, especially at the minute. It's not like a golden bullet, and it's just proven here today. And Palou isn't always the best at road courses, street courses, even though he's very good at them, and he's definitely not the best at ovals, really, but he is the most well-rounded driver, and he is in the top 3 in every sort of category that you want to call it that. Hence why he's won the titles that he has, and he has got the accolades that he has as well, and he's just proving it once again. And at this point, I won't be surprised if we do see another championship from him. as it is his 5th win on the year. And like I say, he's finally getting hand on the ovals now. This is his 3rd oval win, like what I sent at the top of this video. But yeah, he's just showing everyone that he is him, and he will be him for a many long time until anyone else really challenges him properly, really. But yeah, it was a shame that we didn't get those 75 laps back, really, because it was supposed to be a front lapper immediately after the World Cup final, but because it got rained out, it got pushed to Monday. And I'm recording it straight after, so yeah, like I say, this is like an instant sort of thing, but at least we got a race, and you can't really have a go at IndyCar for predicting the weather wrong, because you can't, we can't expect the weather to do anything and just it to change like that. I saw a lot of people having a go at the time, saying, "Oh, this is ridiculous. Oh, you should just start the race even if there's weather problems." You can't predict the weather sometimes, and that's okay. So you need to sort of get that into your heads and sort of think, okay, what can we actually do with this? But yeah, I think it was a really good showing. I don't think it was as good as last year, but that's probably because my driver didn't win. But yeah, it was pretty good, and I do think that is showing that, IndyCars are sort of getting back onto the oval sort of scene on bigger ovals outside of the Indianapolis 500. I would personally like a few more of these intermediate style ovals over the course of a calendar, but they don't really seem to be that bothered. They just seem to be bothered with shorter tracks, but even then they kicked the idle off, which was a shame, as that is now a fully NASCAR race weekend, really, and that's only that, really, which is a personal shame. But yeah, IndyCar over racing, it's a big market, so I'd hate for them to lose it properly like this. But yeah, IndyCar at Nashville definitely delivered, and we got a race on in the end. And well, we just got another reminder that Spain are the best, no matter what sport it is. Spain are currently the best. But yes, what did you think of the Nashville Music City Grand Prix on the oval on Nashville Superspeedway? I definitely enjoyed it, like I say. And yes, vamos España, vamos Alex Palou.